जल्दी जल्दी ഓ തിരിച്ച് അതിലേ കയറണോ? എൻ്റെ അമ്മ റേറ്റ് എങ്ങനെ കയറും? ഡാനിയും കണ്ടില്ല. ഉണ്ട്, ഡാനിയ വരുന്നുണ്ട്.
ഇറങ്ങ. गिर गई वो बच्चे बेचारे. नहीं नहीं गिर गई ऐसे. Wait. Okay, good. Isn't that slippery? That's her.
अमायरा वो वापस चली गई वहाँ से ट्यूब से वापस चली गई. वो यहाँ से नहीं आई, स्लाइड में नहीं.
Now, one very interesting fact about the rails is scientists have actually proved that it works much like the radiator of our cars. So she does have a blood supply flowing through it. She can actually use it to regulate her body temperature. But she's had some great flights kicking off our presentation out here today. Let's hear it for Papaya, our Swainson's toucan. All right, well, she certainly was a very beautiful bird. You guys agree?
Yes.
Absolutely, but no bird quite. He has that beautiful blue color to his head and his neck, and of course his long, elaborate train feathers. Now, only the males have them. They use them to prop up and display and attract a female during the breeding season. Now, if you were a female, his head and neck would actually be duller in color. It would be greens and browns, and they would, of course, not have those train feathers. That's because the females are duller in color. They do incubate their eggs on the ground, helping them to camouflage. But you're here visiting them at a great time of year. His train is in full splendor as it is the height of the breeding season. In the next couple of weeks, all of those feathers fall out.
Now, this bird species is a member of the corvid family, along with the ravens and the magpies and the jays. I'm sure you've all noticed Proto's doing a little bit of a recycling routine for us today, as these birds get quite the poor reputation of being dirty birds. They're often seen on the side of the road eating garbage or roadkill. But if you think about it, they're doing quite the favor to an eye, as they're helping clean up our environment and prevent the spread of harmful germs and diseases. His final note for us today is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Have a good round of applause. Of a true flight. Does anyone know what that mammal might be? Just shout it on out if you know. A bat, exactly. So coming up the side corner here we have Dewey. He is our Indian flying fox. Now we are going to bring Dewey up nice and close, but you don't have to worry. He's not going to fly into the audience and suck your blood. And that's because Dewey here is a large fruit bat, meaning his diet mainly consists of fruit. Now, just as her name would suggest, this bird species does spend quite a bit of time hunting along the ground. As she flies across that stage, you're going to notice that very impressive 6-foot wingspan of hers. But seeing as we have introduced her as an expert hunter today, we are going to kick things off with an aerial hunt, tossing up one of her favorite treats, catches it, no problem. Doing a great job demonstrating that amazing beak to formation of herds. Now when these birds aren't hunting birds or insects in the air, they hunt reptiles on the ground. Center stage here we have one of her favorite toys here at the safari, the very deadly rubber snake. Now notice she's coming around, she's hunting that snake, grabs it in one particular location, right at the back of the snake's head. Now this is not something we've trained Maybelline to do, but she does so each and every opportunity she gets, as these birds feed on venomous and non-venomous snakes, and she certainly doesn't want to get bit. Now a real snake out in the wild simply wouldn't let itself be eaten. It would put up a little bit of a fight, so that's where our trainer Emma here is going to step in playing the role of the snake today. Not only fun for Maybelline, but gives her a great opportunity to build up some of that muscle strength. Notice she's holding on to that snake with only the tip of her beak, as that's the only part of her beak that truly touches, allowing her to exert maximum force and pressure. Now notice her demeanor's changed. She's in hunting mode now. She's giving her head many shakes, keeping her feet nice and back. Out in the wild, when she felt good and ready, she'd actually swallow that snake back whole. But seeing as we are using a rubber snake today, we certainly couldn't let her do that, so we've trained her to trade it off for one of her favorite treats. Now, as she hops up onto this box, I want you to take a good look at her because she's definitely looking back at
the contribution that they have globally to the poultry industry. And a fun fact is there's actually more chickens on Earth than there are people. They've done a great job giving us all a laugh, and how about a round of applause for our brave volunteer here today. He's done a great job for us. Thank you very much for your help. They've been willing to clean up like our crows. Species native to Australia, certainly well known for their rolling, laughing call. Now, it's said to sound like the laughter of children. So quite often they use it to claim the edges of their territory. They'll fly to the edge, give out that laugh, wait for their neighbors to respond. So they're establishing where their territory ends and the next one does begin. Now, if Beth does at all look familiar to you, he has a very close relative living here in North America, and that is in fact our belted kingfishers. So the laughing kookaburra is the largest member of the kingfisher family. However, unlike a kingfisher that mostly eats fish, as its name would suggest, laughing kookaburras often prey upon small rodents, reptiles, and insects in Australia. He's had some great flights on a nice hot summer's day. We're going to take that long flight home. Off you go. And there he goes, Hyde, our laughing kookaburra. Species native to Australia. You're going to notice they're simply just beautiful, breathtaking birds. Now, being all members of the parrot family, they do have some distinguishing features we love to point out. So from macaws, like we have up here today, to the smaller species like the budgies, they do all have that notable hooked beak. So these guys will use it to crack open some of the most difficult to open nuts. Pretty cheerful little guy. He's a polite bird, so a question to ask you all. A little mumbled, how are you? But I do see some smiles out there. Now you can't tell by looking at him or any of the parrots we have out here right now is whether or not they're males or females. Quite often in the parrot family, they'll look exactly the same to us. So the reason we know that he is a male is we've taken his blood, sent it away to a lab. They can tell us that through the bird's DNA. Now, we should have just taken a few good clues from this guy, because what happens when you see one of our female Amazons? That's right. Loves the girls' attention on him. Happy to hear that laughter, because, well, Fernando thinks he's pretty funny, too. A little bit of a comedian. By nature, parrots can be quite playful, so when he is in the mood to play one of his favorite games, we always have a good clue of that, too, because he catches our attention in this next way. Loves a good tickle, of course. Now we call him our master of sound effects. He's picked up a few living with us. This first one, the sound we make when we drink a cold glass of water on these hot safari days. Some good chug-lugs. Now he's also learned to imitate animals, different animals I should say, as he is one. Now he's going to imitate the sound of a pig. Little rude, isn't he, with those oinks? But we're not done yet. He can bark like a dog. Just not a very intimidating dog bark. Now he's obviously, though, quite talented, and his talents do extend musically. So he loves whistling and singing. I don't think his dance moves are too bad. So I'm going to get him to show those off today. Shall we dance? All right, he's warmed up with that dancing. Now he'd love to whistle. Keep in mind, he makes the tunes up as he goes along. Never quite know what's going to come out of that little beak. So I'll see what he has for you all today. He's having a pretty good day today. Got a lovely little tune from Fernando. Bad habits. And ask everybody to use your imagination, hoping you'll be able to appreciate this tune. No one sings that badly. Okay, we're going to clear him up here. You look off, bit of a treat, and I think I might have him back on track. Now it's your moment to shine, sir. Let's hear that tune. Sounded a bit like O Canada. Alright. Well, we certainly do not have parrots native to this country. The ones here did hatch in Canada. Of course, in honor of our country's birthday coming up this weekend. Let's try that again. Sounds just like us, but not too bad for a bird. Let's hear from him. He's done a great job for us today.
Pygmy goats.
To greet everyone here today, our elephant Hamlet would like to see our safari tour. Before we begin with our demonstration, we'd like to start off with a brief introduction. Joining us today is 25-year-old Jenny. You'll notice that Jenny does not have any tusks. However, some of our elephants in the safari do have tusks. This is because in the Asian species, only males have tusks, and females have a much shorter version known as tushes. In the African species, both males and females have tusks. Now, these elephant tusks are made of ivory, and ivory is extremely valuable. The price of ivory has nearly tripled in recent years, and as a result, close to 100 elephants are killed daily in Africa just for their ivory tusks. And you'll notice that one of the most unique features of those elephants is, of course, their trunk. Now that Jenny is lying down, this gives her handler an excellent opportunity to check over her enormous surface area. She'll start by checking each of her feet, which consists of a 1-inch thick callus pad, to make sure there are no stones or thorns also see if her toenails are anything fine. I think that could work. We're gonna need everybody's help. On the count of three, we're all gonna yell as loud as we can. Get up, Jenny. Ready? 1, 2, 3, get up! Well, that certainly did the trick. She's wide awake now. Thank you so much for your help, everybody. And now Jenny here, she's a very tidy elephant. She's gonna let us look in today and put that pillow right after herself. Can you help us out today, Jenny? Thank you so much. That is so courteous of you. And as in any family, there usually is one talented artist. Our elephant family is no exception.
Owls will hunt at night, so they can't really see as well, even though they have really dark eyes for the more light to come in. So they do need their hearing to be able to hunt their prey. So with Ava here, she kind of really camouflaged well into that background there. And this is because she is a crepuscular owl, so she hunts at the dusk and dawn. So she does need that beautiful camouflage in order for her to stay hidden when she is trying to sleep. Now with our next bird, he is actually one of our nocturnal birds. So like Ava there with her camouflage, he actually more needs it than what she does. So here he comes here. This is Theodore, and he's our barred owl. Now he is from around here, so if you guys are lucky enough, you'll actually be able to see him in the wild. Now you'll probably have to be out at night, maybe camping or something, but he is around. So with him here, it's really nice to see those pitch black eyes, so that does mean he is nocturnal. Now we also have a diurnal owl, which hunts during the day, and they have more of a yellow colored eye. So you can tell by the color of their eye and what time they do hunt, so it's really cool about that. Now with him, he did have more of a circular or heart-shaped face than what our other owl did, and this is what they call facial discs. So they're just feathers that are all in a circle, and that allows the sound to funnel into their ears much better than what our raptors would be able to, the other birds other than the owls. It is, yeah, it's a bald eagle, great job. So this here is Kanai, and he is our male bald eagle. So bald eagles aren't actually bald, they do have feathers on their heads. Bald is an old English word that just means white, so that is why they are called bald eagles, because they have that white head and tail. Now they're very good fishermen, so we're going to put a lure on the bath and he's going to try and catch it to simulate how he would catch a fish off the water. The wind kind of blew him off course there, but he might choose to go after it. Here he goes. And great catch by him. And he's got it. Yes. Round of applause. So with him, what he kind of demonstrated for you guys was actually how he would get a prey item or a fish that is much larger than him, and he would use